Good morning. I'm News Director Jenna Clay, and joining me for today's People and Perspectives is Dave Chobanoff, and we are talking today about blankets of honor. Thank you for joining us this morning, Dave.
Thank you for having me.
And on some of our stations, you're known as PA Dave, so I just want to make sure those people know that you are a friend of the station. And you have started this working with Blankets of Honor, and why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is?
What Blankets of Honor is, it was created by, uh, I guess the creator of our organization is Manny Acuna. He's a veteran, two-time veteran. He was the Army and Marine, and he felt that what we do is we want to show veterans that we don't truly forget. I mean, everyone says we never forget, but our whole goal is to make sure they know we never forget. Um, so what we do, we physically get people nominated by anyone, and it's not just a veteran. It could be a Gold Star family member or a supporter, like myself. I'm not a veteran, but yet I work with veteran organizations, so I support veterans. And then we physically take a blanket to them and do a little presentation. So that's pretty much what we do in a nutshell.
And how do you nominate somebody, and what are some of the people who've been nominated that kind of stick out in your mind?
Um, Nomination's pretty simple. We have a form on our Facebook group, so I'll do that plug right away. All you have to do is search Blankets of Honor on Facebook, and we have a group. It's about 1,100 strong right now and growing. So you would just go on there and nominate your person, and then there's some information that we have on there just so we get some background, and then basically, I forget the other part of the question.
That's okay. No, are there any that have been nominated that kind of stick out in
Oh,
your mind?
yeah, thank you. Actually, I'd say one of my favorite ones is we went down to Glen Mills. The gentleman he was in World War II. And we stick those right at the top of the list because obviously there's not a lot of them around. And it was a really interesting presentation. We went into his home, and it was just a whole thing of history. I mean, he was totally there, and he brought out a bayonet, an actual bayonet that someone pulled from a Japanese soldier,
Wow.
and like the knife was like this big. It was huge, and he actually was first. His group came in. I think he was in the Navy. I'm not certain, but they were the first ones to set foot on Japanese soil before they even came in. It was really great. Now, of course, I can't say that being my favorite and not say my own grandfather, because we gave him one, and that was a big emotional presentation for everyone.
I'm
Uh,
sure.
but but they all are, and this is the biggest and greatest thing I've done. I mean, to give back like this, it's huge.
And is there something special about these blankets? Are they made in a special way? Are they from special people, or what makes them, the blankets that you give to these people?
Um, they're just your standard branch blankets. We try and make sure they are queen size, so they're large. So basically, what we say is we get them that big. That way, their honey and them can cuddle on the couch and stay warm. They're nice, thick fleece blankets. We don't get the small, cheap ones. Uh, we just kind of pull them off the internet, to be honest with you.
But you say they're branch blankets, so it's like an army blanket or an Air Force blanket.
Correct,
Okay.
correct. And I think that's what stands out from us than anyone else. If you served in the army, we'll give you an army blanket, Marine, vice versa. Um, and that just kind of helps, I think, for the remembrance and makes more of a meaning and impact.
So people can get involved by nominating someone. Do you need volunteers in other ways for this organization?
Currently, we're kind of a five-man show right now, but anyone can join in the presentation. It's open to the public. So right now, that's pretty much what we're looking at. We obviously take donations. That's a lot of what we got to get from the public because the blankets aren't cheap and so forth. So
And I assume they can do that at the Facebook page, and or do you have a website?
the website is currently under construction.
Okay.
The Facebook page does have all the information how people can donate. We do have apparel that you can purchase. Um, we're on almost every social media format there is, so you should be able to find any information out there.
And Blankets of Honor is part of a bigger organization called Marietta Legion Riders, which you are also the president of. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Um, yeah, I'm the president of Marietta Legion Riders down here in Marietta, obviously, Post 466. And most people do know what the American Legion is. And basically, we are a nonprofit that we help our veterans. It's a motorcycle club, more or less. It's a branch of the American Legion, and it involves veterans and sons and auxiliary members as a whole. And what we do, particularly, we have 4 rides a year that benefit a certain veteran organization, or we have chicken barbecue or some gun raffles, and all the money that we bring in helps either the Lebanon VA or some other organization that we choose.
And do you need volunteers for the bigger organization then?
Um, as far as that stuff is concerned, we typically it's the members of the club are the people that participate in the chicken barbecues or anything of that nature. So the public isn't too much involved in those things.
Why do you think it's so important to have these organizations for veterans? I mean, what is it about them that you think, you're providing that's different from maybe other organizations?
Well, from what I've been experiencing with the Blankets of Honor, especially, the Vietnam vets are the ones I think that have been getting hit a lot. They didn't get the respect that they deserve when they got back from the war, and a lot of them are still feeling that. And when we give a blanket to someone that's a Vietnam vet, you see it in their eyes. And I think that's a lot of reason that Blankets of Honor is around because of that. And that's the whole basis of both organizations is to show that the veterans are not forgotten and we're out there supporting them. And that's kind of why I'm part of it. I owe, as America, we owe a lot to our veterans.
And I did want to ask you about that because you said you're not a veteran, but you are so deeply involved in these veteran, ways of giving back to veterans. Why are you so involved? What is it about it that makes you want to be such a big part of it?
I just been a patriot as long as I can remember. But my grandfather, like I said, he got blanket. He was a veteran, and several of my grandfathers have been in the World War II. So it's mostly family. And then by joining the American Legion Riders, I've gotten a lot of close friends that are veterans, and it's become a brotherhood for me. And most recently, my daughter has joined the Air National Guard, so it really hit home.
Well, thank you to her for her service. That's amazing. And, to you, because now you're the dad of a soldier. So, that's a whole different feeling, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is.
So thank you. Because I know the families are also, you guys take on a lot. It's a big responsibility, and we are grateful to you guys for doing that. And you talked about the reaction. I'd like to talk more about that, about the reaction, because I know, you're giving these veterans a blanket, and it's kind of symbolic, and it's, it's something, but it's not a huge something, but it's symbolic, like you said. And I'm sure just you showing, like you said, that you care when they didn't get that before. I mean, what is their reaction to that gesture?
There again, we do have all the presentations we do a video of. So we have a YouTube channel. So if anyone wants to check that out, you actually go see the reactions to all the blankets. There's a lot of tears, which
Sure.
that gets everyone. As soon as someone breaks into crying, the entire group of us just start losing it. It's just chain reaction. But we try and keep it to be like more of a surprise. Most of them, like 98% of them, the vets didn't know we were even coming. You just hear a bunch of motorcycles for the most part. Like if it's the weather's nice, we'll be riding and just show up to their house, and their spouse or their kid know that we're coming, and they're just extremely grateful. Um, and even the spouses, they may know it's coming, they just don't know what exactly to expect. Uh, it's just it's been it's been good. I mean, we've done some that's very sombering, as far as just tears from all sides of the whole thing, and then there's some that just they're still that veteran, they're still that gruff character, but um, we find out that they're still grateful. They're carrying around their blanket. They're telling their family members about, hey, we got this blanket, or we give them a patch that we made up. We give them a patch. They may not have a vest portable, but they're still like, hey, I got this patch. We give them a challenge coin, and that's very symbolic for veterans. And they're just, like I said, my grandfather, prime example, just because I'm on that side of it, every time he said he sees someone, he's like, "Hey, look what my grandson gave me," and it just it now for him, I think it meant a lot because he wasn't in any of the big wars, so he didn't feel like he wasn't deserving of it. But that's the purpose. We're giving purpose to everyone that served, whether you were a cook, whether you were in the National Guard, if you were just down in North Carolina the entire time, just stationed, you still served. You did the commitment, and that's huge.
Absolutely. How do we get to this YouTube channel so we can all go cry later?
Well, all you have to do is search Blankets of Honor, and it'll pop up.
And what is
And
your hope? What is your hope moving forward with this organization?
well, as of now, it's just a subcommittee of the American Legion Riders in Marietta, as you stated. But we are in the process of getting our 501c and becoming our own charitable organization. So hopefully this week, the ball is going to start rolling. Um, Manny, which is the founder and the creator of this, his hope and our vision is it'd be great every veteran get a blanket, but it would be great, we foresee national chapter, other chapters within the states, going to other states. He has actually gone down to Virginia and Maryland to give some blankets out. So it's slowly spreading within the couple state radius, but that's our goal.
Sounds good. So we want people to go to your Facebook page and donate and nominate veterans. Anything else you'd like to add that we already haven't covered?
Um, no, I think everything pretty much that you need to know is on that Facebook page. Feel free, they can reach out to anyone on that page. We're more than happy to help. We have swag that's for sale. Currently, we are selling hats that we are getting made custom. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, all under Blankets of Honor. So all the information's there.
Perfect. We all love swag, so thanks for that. Dave Chobanoff with Blankets of Honor, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.